Join me as I dive into the reasons why people are actually fleeing France and see if I can uncover the real story behind this trend. France, the land of love, art, and fine cuisine, has long been a magnet for tourists and expats alike. But beneath the surface, a worrying trend has been emerging. More and more people are packing their bags and leaving France behind. But why? Is it the high cost of living, the bureaucratic red tape, or something more sinister? The number of French citizens emigrating to other countries has been steadily increasing over the past decade. But it's not just the numbers that are significant. It's the people who are leaving. Highly skilled workers, entrepreneurs, and even entire families are abandoning ship, citing a lack of opportunities, a rigid labor market, and an unsustainable quality of life. In recent years, France has been plagued by social unrest, political gridlock, and a stagnant economy. The Yellow Vest movement, which started as a protest against fuel price hikes, morphed into a full-blown rebellion against the government's policies. The COVID-19 pandemic has only exacerbated these issues, leading to a brain drain that's depriving the country of its best and brightest. France's socio-economic climate has been in turmoil for some time. The country's bloated public sector, high taxes, and restrictive labor laws have made it an unattractive proposition for businesses and entrepreneurs. The political situation is no better, with successive governments failing to implement meaningful reforms. It's little wonder that people are voting with their feet and leaving for greener pastures. The recent presidential election has done little to address these issues, with many feeling that the new government is more of the same. The divide between the rich and the poor has never been greater, and the middle class is being squeezed from all sides. It's no wonder that people are feeling disillusioned and disenchanted with the French system. But what's really driving people to flee France? Is it purely economic, or are there deeper issues at play? From my research, it seems that people are leaving for a variety of reasons. Some are tired of the high cost of living, which has made it impossible for them to afford the basics, let alone enjoy a decent quality of life. Others are frustrated with the rigid labor market, which makes it difficult for them to find work or start their own businesses. Then there are those who are leaving because of the country's anti-business environment. France has a reputation for being one of the most bureaucratic countries in the world, with red tape and regulations stifling innovation and entrepreneurship. It's no wonder that startups and small businesses are finding it difficult to survive, let alone thrive. But it's not all about economics. Many people are leaving France because of the way of life. They're tired of the stressful, fast-paced lifestyle that's prevalent in cities like Paris and Lyon. They're looking for a better work-life balance, more outdoor activities, and a sense of community that's been lost in the hustle and bustle of city living. Some are even leaving because of the country's reputation for being unwelcoming to foreigners. Despite its reputation for being a romantic and tolerant country, France has a darker side when it comes to racism and xenophobia. Many people of color, particularly from North Africa and the Middle East, have reported feeling unwelcome and marginalized in French society. As I dug deeper, I came across some shocking statistics. Did you know that France has one of the highest rates of emigration in the EU, or that the number of French citizens living abroad has increased by over 50% in the past decade? These numbers are staggering, and they paint a picture of a country in crisis. So what does this trend mean for France's future? I believe it's a wake-up call for the government and the people to take a hard look at themselves and ask some tough questions. What kind of country do we want to be? What kind of society do we want to build? The answers to these questions will determine whether France continues to hemorrhage its best and brightest or finds a way to stem the flow. As Dr. Mark Levy, a leading demographer, put it, the brain drain is not just a numbers game, it's a human tragedy. We're losing the very people who could be driving innovation and growth in the country. His words echo the sentiments of many who are concerned about France's future. But it's not all doom and gloom. The emigration trend has also sparked a lively debate about the kind of France people want to live in. As Antoine Belloc, a young entrepreneur who left France for the US, put it, "I didn't leave France because I hated the country. I left because I wanted a better life." And I think that's what many people are looking for. A sense of purpose, a sense of belonging, and a sense of fulfillment. As the French saying goes, les absents ont toujours tort. The absent are always wrong. But I think that's unfair. The people who are leaving France are not wrong. They're just seeking a better life. And who can blame them? In conclusion, the trend of people fleeing France is complex, multifaceted, and deeply concerning. It's a wake-up call for the government, for businesses, and for individuals to take a hard look at themselves and ask some tough questions. What kind of country do we want to be? What kind of society do we want to build? The answers to these questions will determine whether France continues to hemorrhage its best and brightest or finds a way to stem the flow. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out our next video on the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on global migration trends. And if you have any thoughts on why people are leaving France, let us know in the comments below.